Hi, today is April 20th, 2024, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 611 for the year, Sick. I was disgusted and I was so sickened I wanted to throw up all over the Mercedes with the license plate that said starving. I wanted to wait for its owner to return and scream at him and scream at him and scream and scream and scream at him. I wanted to take a lead pipe and wail on the fucking car, and if its owner had returned while I was doing that, I don't know what I would have done. It's probably good that that didn't happen. Poem number 612, Sexist. I recognize that it is sexist of me to assume that the person who chose a vanity license plate that says starving for his Mercedes is male, but I stand by that assumption. I could have waited for him to come back to his car just to be certain, but if I had, he might be dead by now and I might be in prison. And then how would these poems get written? Poem number 613, Choice. She wondered if she really needed what she thought she always needed. She thought about how female heterosexuality is no fucking cakewalk. She speculated that she might be alone for the rest of her life, and she decided that there were a lot worse things than that. Poem number 614, Parade. The memories paraded by, and each one was surveyed. Some were still painful, but most of them had either lost their sting or had been happy to begin with. Some of the memories had identifying banners that were completely unnecessary. Most of them marched, but some of the older ones rode in floats. It was lovely watching the parade. The weather could have been better, but you can't have everything. Sometimes all you can have is memories. Poem number 615, The Perils of Preparation. It would be lovely if someone were to ask if they could come over and have some tea, because then, assuming our schedules allowed, I'd be expecting a guest, and then I would get some straightening up done, and it would be nice if I did some straightening up. The last guest I had over here was unexpected, and I had to say, I'm warning you, the place is a mess. The place is even messier now than it was then. It would be lovely if I could just straighten up without someone asking if they could come over. Perhaps if I did that, then someone would come over. Perhaps it would be like that movie, Field of Dreams, and suddenly this place would be full of baseball players. That would suck. I wouldn't want that. I guess there are worse things than having a messy place. Poem number 616, Unequal Relationship. She asked him for a tissue, and he cut into his arm and ripped out some of his muscle and handed it to her. She asked him for his heart, and he pulled it out of his chest and put it on a plate for her. He asked her for her hand, and she told him she was already engaged. And the last poem of the day, poem number 617, Happy Ending. She told him her pussy was crying, and he offered her a tissue, which she refused. Then he offered her understanding and a shoulder to cry on, which she refused. Then he offered to kiss the tears away. Sometimes it takes him a while, but eventually he gets there. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.